so close to where you burn in hell forever, 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 forever. Oh, so close to where you burn in hell forever, 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 forever. Boulevard.
the man, the king, the god, this shit, Nick fucking Gage. You know how I start this off. Shout out to all my MDK gang members around the world. And I want to let everybody know, Blvd Bullies vs. the World is a podcast every Tuesday, 7 p.m. live on YouTube with my motherfucking boy, Larry the Legend. And what the Blvd Bullies are doing, they're trying to ignite a revolution within the fans to unite and make the crowds electric again. So check out the Blvd Bullies vs. the World, 7 p.m. live Tuesdays with Larry the fucking Legend. MDK all fucking day.
Oh, so Christ, may you burn in hell forever, 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 forever.
Hello, how are you? Welcome to Blvd Bullies versus the World. It's a podcast
my boy, Larry the Legend.
with our boy. Get right to the intro. Larry the motherfucking Legend.
Boy, happy Pride, everybody. Shout out to the chat.
You just got back from LA. I see your tan is looking nice. And we are joined by the co-hosts with the mosts.
He's going to say co-hostess with the mostest.
We have Brian, Bad Take Bri. I'm doing really bad on the intros right now. Bad Take
You doing
Bri,
it, baby. Come on now.
the one punch merch guy with a great Hereditary shirt. Probably my
multi-punch.
all-time favorite horror movie. That's what we were chatting about as we were
Yes,
counting down.
I
to
just
horror.
noticed that. Thank you, Pat. Pat, you're so
Hello,
good.
friends. Hello, friends. Welcome to the shit show.
And
Bri.
our last but not least co-host, the deathmatch doctor, certified medical specialist, really the only thing standing between your favorite wrestlers and certain death. Ringside Sean.
Ladies and gentlemen, strap in your seatbelts because we're going on a boulevard ride, baby.
It's our go-home show.
Sean
Oh
actually
my
confirmed.
God.
Sean confirmed that I have a piece of glass in my arm when I went to his house, but he was too afraid to pop it out.
Nah, it's one of those. Larry, you know the shards that you can't take it out; it has to come out itself.
I
And
know
it's
exactly
just
what you're
sticking
talking
there,
about.
and it's waiting to just pop out. It's the skin is just waiting to just eject it out.
It's waiting.
Because that's what happens.
There.
Like very much like piercings that on certain parts of the body that are not supposed to be pierced, they close up eventually, and that's what's gonna happen. That glass will pop out eventually, and you'll feel much better.
Or it'll
Take
close
it-
up
take
and
it as a scar.
it'll
Your
close
first
up and
battle
go. It'll close up and go deeper into your skin and into your body and block a major artery. That could also happen. I just googled
Might
it.
be the cause of my
WebMD.
death.
I told you,
I died.
Brian, you might have to see a specialist, and I know a man who lives in Vegas. He goes by the name of Dr. Redacted. He specializes in extractions and insertions.
He likes my
if you
driving,
will.
so maybe he'll do it for free.
Hit up
Yeah,
the
he
doctor.
said Brian is a phenomenal driver.
Yeah, you may have to get a referral from DMD there to see the good doctor. I know that he is booked up all the way through August.
Well, luckily enough, you'll be seeing me this Friday, so maybe we can squeeze him in right before we begin our festivities, guys.
Today is a great show. Today
Oh,
is
yeah.
our go-home show. And if I wasn't already in my home, that's where I would be going right now, just to show to you the way I've been feeling. I would just want to go home, but unfortunately I already am. Anyway, go-home show before the big barbecue. The Big Bullies Showdown, the barbecue. Tarzan Duran versus Kid Osborne. So we're going to run through that. We're going to talk about the barbecue.
Yep.
We also have a very, very special guest this evening.
Who is it?
The man who I saw years ago wearing a CZW staff shirt. And there was one staffer in the ring sweeping out the broken tubes, and there was one crazy motherfucker standing at ringside at the apron with just a garbage can, catching all the tubes as the spooky dust just plumed into his face. And I said, that guy's the craziest guy here. And that guy is Shlak.
Word.
Dear friend
Let's
of the
go.
program, friend of the Bullies for a very long time.
Slack.
Shlak.
Slack.
So Shlak's on. We were going to have Tarzan Duran on as well, but he's got that Jungle Mobile service.
Yeah, we thought it was hard enough getting the hardcore hillbilly, getting the connection through to him. Well, it ain't happening with Tarzan Duran.
I was surprised that was.
Well, we had some interference, but I mean, Tarzan is on that one generation. He's on 1G.
He's on 1G.
You know, I'm talking sprint
V600.
So he sent in a video message that we will be playing at the end of the show. Oh, by the way, Brian, I forgot to tell you, move Shlak up to 8. Now that we only have one guest.
I did. I'm ahead of you.
Okay, great. I have no idea. We haven't tested the call with Shlak. I have his contact info. It's basically going to see it happen live. I'm just going to hit add to call, and we're going to hope for the best. You know, and I got to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if Shlak has terrible cell service as well.
Why is that?
Well,
have you ever been up Schitt's Creek? You know, have you ever been up there? He's shit up there.
Hailing from Schitt's Creek, New Jersey.
He's lucky he's up that bitch and down Schitt's Creek, because you know it's down that motherfucker.
Was it Schitt's Creek, Pennsylvania, or New Jersey, Larry?
I just say from up Schitt's Creek.
From up Schitt's Creek.
We have a great show.
I have learned something, though. The fans are trained to say there is no God, only Shlak. But, you know, me being like wanting to say more, I have been saying there is no God, there is only Shlak. But they don't catch on to there is only. So I'm doing what the fans have dictated. So from now on, whenever I bring his ass out, I'm going to do the there is no God, only Shlak, so they can scream it with me.
I think Ricky Shane Page probably has by far the best cell service of any deathmatch wrestler, just from what I've seen online.
He doesn't even consider himself a deathmatch wrestler. He hates it now.
Oh, probably because he upgraded his phone plan, probably.
He upgraded.
Well, he's got that MLW.
That MLW.
He's got that Jacob Fatu, that Alex Hammerstone, that Akira.
Right.
He's got that.
That's true. That was just off the top of my head. Great show, great program. We have Shlak. We have a lot of information forthcoming. First of all, is a huge announcement that I'm going to break to you guys as well. This is the first time hearing it.
I hate when you do this, man.
I love it.
I made an executive decision. You know, we got a lot of fan mail, obviously. The fan mail section, it's really growing. It's really growing. I'm getting more and more messages about things that people want us to read on the air. Very, very good. Become a member if you want that to happen to you. And speaking of memberships, we were originally saying that the barbecue will be broadcast live behind a paywall, the membership. And, you know, I was completely fine with that at first because, you know, it takes a lot to run this show. It costs a lot for me to disappoint everyone I've ever known and loved. So instead of hiding it behind a $4.99, which is still a good value membership wall, but considering the show could be a disaster that is worth much less than your $4.99, I've decided to open it up to the public. So the plan is that we're going to do a little bit live. It might not be like the full thing, but we're going to have plenty of live stuff happening on YouTube. And then, Brian, you are bringing a cameraman, and we are going to do we're going to release a cinematic version of this match, and we're all going to throw our meat on the barbecue together.
Cook it.
Yeah. So I'm really excited about that cinematic match because I like the idea of us gimmicking somebody putting somebody else's hand on the grill. I really like that. Did I say gimmicking? I meant filming, documenting it. So how do you guys think about that announcement? I'm a man of the people. Just
phenomenal.
That's exciting.
Yeah, I like it when you break news live. And with that said, if you're in the chat right now, let's get some more y'all in it. So share right now that you are joining Blvd Bullies versus the world. We're spilling the hot tea about the barbecue bonanza right now. And we got Shlak coming on. So put that shit in Deathmatch Elite or that Facebook group or tweet it out or whatever and get some more motherfuckers in here.
That's right.
Now the show's free now, so my tribe will be there in full force, and I know they will be.
Yes, it is it will be free.
Are you the Shoner tribe, Brian?
I want to show everybody for free what it takes to produce a show in an undisclosed location.
Listen, and I'll be honest, I think if we're going to do that, and this is, a big weekend, being that it's, the birth of our nation, the birth of, the United States, July 4th, I think maybe we should drop it. Maybe a little 4th of July special, son.
Oh, there's no way I'm gonna have it edited by then.
Hot dogs, some hamburgers. You sit down.
Oh, now you're
watch
talking.
good old wrestling and watch the bully. What do you think?
I like the hot dogs.
That is
What do you
pretty good.
think?
And of course, there will be plenty of juicy hot dogs.
Yeah,
for
all
for
going
consumption.
inside of me. Every last one of them will be in me.
And if you are hate watching, please, as always, be sure to also share. Do not screen record and send. Get us our pennies. Our advertising pennies.
Guys
Don't
out there,
screen record.
if you'd like to see a shirt that says "Hate Watcher," "Die Slow," "Low Road," let us know in the chat below. If you want a nice little hat, right?
I wouldn't mind that shirt.
Sean, I
Okay,
gotta tell
shout-outs
you.
to
Nice
right
logo
now.
stuff.
Yeah, I like that kind of talk.
Yeah.
They're kind of trendy.
By the time the video is edited, it'll be a Labor Day special that you can sit down and watch.
Vinny is quick. Vinny's gonna edit it quick.
Oh, that's right. I don't
even have to
I
do
don't have
shit.
to edit it.
Dude,
Or I
tell
can
you,
do it.
it's
I
gonna
learned
be a
how to
lovely
do it this week.
experience. Vinny is gonna hook us up. A friend of the Bullies, a former bandmate. Gonna be a good time.
Vinny Dudes with 2 zeros and a Z.
You're right.
We also have amazing giveaways, Brian, the Bad Take
What do we
merch
have?
guy. What do we got?
This is my favorite part.
Let's go. Start off with this.
Brian is giving away all his possessions until the glass in his arm finally takes hold and takes his life.
Is that red hair Paul Bearer?
Yeah, he looks a little light hairish there. Look at that little.
Oh my
little
God, you're making me
flip
dizzy
there.
here.
Sorry.
Look at him. He's so
Yeah, the
cool.
gloss on that
R.I.P.,
print is
R.I.P.
wild.
That is possibly the glossiest print ever.
We don't like Glenn.
Hell
Don't
yeah.
like Glenn. Fuck Glenn Jacobs. We don't like that guy.
But isn't it so funny that
Like
back when that photo was taken, we had so much love for seeing whatever he was that he was doing, like that mask Kane, that
The whole
Kane
suit.
is alive,
Paul
damn
Bearer.
man.
You thought you killed him?
Best shit
Yeah.
ever. Best shit ever.
You are a
love
murderer. You're
This
a
is second
murderer.
prize.
Oh,
The new ICW card set.
Oh, that's the new set?
The new
You're giving
set.
the entire card set away?
Chaseless. I
I didn't
because
even know that there was a new set.
there's a new set. I don't even know. I don't know if there's a Larry card in
I
here.
doubt that I'm in there.
Larry, could you do me a favor and take like a little scoot to your left?
ski.
No chase card though.
All right.
No
Just
chaseless.
please,
This is
just mosey,
chaseless.
just a slight I'm sorry to move you. Yes, do it sensually. Thank you.
What was the
That
chase,
was
Brian?
perfect.
There's 4 different chase cards.
I mean, I was just sitting on my leg. All I was doing was sitting on my leg. Now
Oh.
I'm sitting on my ass.
Much better, much more comfortable.
Masada card is dope. Is that Jimmy Lloyd, a different boy?
That looks like
Different
Jennifer.
boy, dude. And good old Lucky 13.
Lucky
Big
13.
wig in New Jersey.
These are all from
Lucky 13.
Planet. They wrestled, I guess, Planet Death. Who did Masada wrestle in GCW? Was it Atticus?
Yeah. I
During
mean,
this, it was the spring. It was Planet Death. I can't remember. It was.
Planet Alex Cologne's Planet Death.
Alex Colon,
Right.
Planet Death.
Yeah.
That was a rare appearance by Akira.
What
and
was that
Brandon
in
Kirk.
Florida?
That was in Florida.
Yeah, I was there
Tampa
for
weekend,
that.
Yeah.
Incredible.
That was
so
dope.
That's the 3 prizes.
basically,
Chat it up.
3 top super chats. If you want to ask us a question, if you want to ask Shlak a question, if you want to redirect the conversation, just drop some super chats in there. And the
The
top 3.
wonder of the world is gone. I know.
Best
for
theme
sure.
song, dude.
Hell yes,
Finger 11.
Brian. Hell
was
yes,
fucking
bro.
Fire. Probably my.
I'm
Yes,
telling you, we're
bro.
gonna do a Boulevard karaoke soon. Maybe we'll do it Friday. Who knows?
We might
Maybe
just
that'll
break
be
it.
part that goes on Instagram, right?
Hopefully the PA works. Hopefully we get the PA to work.
Hey, don't even say hope about shit. We got this, okay? I don't like
Yeah.
that kind of talk.
I'm positive. I'm being positive. It's gonna
Oh,
work.
Yeah.
No, you're not,
Well, it
bro.
will. It will work then.
No, you're not.
So before we get Shlak on here, I want to talk to you, Larry, about your weekend, which seemed to be interesting and full of adventure. Starting out on Twitter on Friday, as you were boarding your plane to go to LA for the show, there was breaking news about a slight Twitter battle that you were in. Do you care to shed some light on this Twitter battle?
Nope.
Okay. Well, there you have it, folks. So what happened?
No. Here's the thing. Don't mention me. Don't mention me unless you want like all of the flames. If you want all of the flames, I'll bring them. And like, there was an exchange and a back and forth about like this and that and all of this shit. But I think it's important that as far as that show is concerned, that we don't really like to talk about, it's clear as day that there was some sort of like falderall to make, the whole Larry's departure from ICW because of the fallout from the UK tour into like, water under the bridge. We do the dance together. We work together. And hey, like I said on the show, I'm a professional. So whatever it is that I have to do, as long as it doesn't cause me any bodily harm, I'm going to do my job to the best of my ability. And I think I did a really good job. That show's going to premiere tonight on IWTV, so you'll see what I did under those circumstances.
Tonight it comes out?
Yeah, it's tonight. I'm pretty sure it premieres the 27th, which is tonight on IWTV.
Do you have an IWTV promo code, Larry?
I mean, you can just use my password. I think Jerry still likes me, like I don't do ICW anymore or that many IWTV shows, but yeah, you can just have my password.
We share.
Well, if you're going to sign up just to watch that specifically, use code Blvd Larry.
As a free trial, if you have another email, just use another email. But whatever, neither here nor there. Look, it wasn't a story. Okay? Like, It wasn't a story. And don't try to jump on Twitter like, oh, we're playing story. Sure, there's some truth behind the tweet. The dance floor ain't the same without you, Larry. But you made it very easy for that dance floor to be empty, motherfucker. So don't come for me and try to make it seem like this shit is part of we're playing nice together. Because there ain't no niceness between us. Speaking of which, something nice I want to shout out real quick. Got my order from Deathmatch Worldwide. These are my SPO shirts. They will now and forever until they sell out be on my merch table wherever I am, whether it be Chad Minis or Rob Black or whatever promoter I happen to be at. I'm going to bring my SPO shirts, and I'm also going to bundle them with a 5x7 glossy photo of SPO and I in the ring in Chattanooga, Tennessee, just smiling and loving our life together.
Oh, I love that photo. Oh, hold on.
Yeah, you know which one I'm talking about. You know the one I'm talking about. And from Tennessee, I'm going to bundle them. So if you see me at the table, inquire about the SPO shirts. And I'm going to keep on getting these shirts until Deathmatch Worldwide isn't selling them anymore. I'm going to always have those shirts on my table. I'm going to just have that money set aside, and donate it to his daughter or whatever.
Hey.
Because that's what we did that whole what we do, a charity auction. We did an
sir.
auction. Nobody got anything, but whatever.
I got a beautiful Larry jacket that
Indeed you did.
Back.
Siri, no one's talking to you.
Hey, John Richter in the chat donates $13 super chat, says that he would like the 3 cards if I win, please. Brian, could you show the 3 cards again?
Sure.
Now, if $13 is a little bit too rich for your blood, that's fine, because the other things are opened, starting at $1. So what are the other 2 prizes, Brian? Giveaways. Giveaways.
Chase
Donate aways.
ICW Series 3. It's full except for the chase card.
Now, Brian, can you tell, looking at those photos, who the photographer was for those cards? Can you tell if that's
on the back of the cards?
On the bottom,
it tells you the photographer. Because some of them have different photographers.
Okay.
So each of them tell you, like, photos by Earl Gardner is this one for Tommy Vendetta, who's the last one.
Yeah. All right.
It says Gardner.
Very cool. And what's the other thing?
The last thing is the 8x10 of Kane and Paul Bearer.
Now, Larry, you mentioned a glossy 8x10. Is it Kane Paul Bearer level glossy? Because that might be the shiniest thing I've ever.
This is a very glossy.
Like, it's so glossy.
It's so glossy. I thought it was in a top loader. I thought it was in a glossy top loader. Quite frankly,
it feels like the quality of a picture of like a disposable camera picture.
It probably is.
Yeah. They have
what's good though is that those prints are really good to pick up on.
When I ship it, I'll put it in a little thing, like a little sleeve, so it's not all.
Hold on, stop everything. We have a second super chat happening.
God damn!
Urka Usi, valued member, longtime supporter. We appreciate you.
Oos?
$10. Way to go, Oos. $10 on the table. So, Larry, after you flamed the Twitter, you put your phone in your pocket, put it on airplane mode, and got on an actual fucking airplane.
Yeah, I think it was kind of like appropriate as well, as I was like.
Was it like
getting
cinematic?
off-
Like you were hitting the what do you call the thing? Like the
Tarmac?
yeah, you were hitting the...
Actually, Pat, it actually was, because obviously I'm going through TSA and checking my bag and shit. You know, listening to some ASAP Rocky, ASAP Mob mixtape, Cozy mixtape, second edition. And then I'm just looking, what's Ron Nemi saying? We're connecting with each other to, scoop each other up once we get there. And I see all this scuttlebutt. So I could have just said, you know what, fuck this. But you know how it is waiting in that line. And I was like, let me craft a little fucking reply here.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I literally... And then other people were chiming in. By the time the plane was about to take off, other people were like, stop it. Don't do it publicly. We don't want to see it. And I was like, okay, guys, whatever. I'm taking off. I'm fucking taking off. Bye.
So, like, it was like one of these movies where, like, the music's playing in your headphones, but then you hit, like, zoom in on the fingers, tweet, and then, like look up, look around, now boarding. Something. And then the music comes from the headphones. Boom, it's in the movie. And then you just slip the phone in the pocket, have your little
go to sleep.
Little wheels, and just go right behind, just right through the gates.
I'm waking up and it's hot. I'm in a hot city now,
Was it very hot?
Anyway, yeah. Yeah, well, it was hotter than it was in Baltimore. It was very chilly when I left the East Coast. Yeah, unseasonably chilly in the city of Baltimore and rainy. And it was like I actually left all of that for, not the Sunshine State, but I got over there and like I said, I was checking my Twitter while I was waiting to board, because Ron Nemi and I were both flying out around the same time, along with Shlak and Mike Moran, who was
guest
the
of the
production.
program today, Shlak.
Indeed, Shlak. Yeah, we were all landing in LA around the same time. So, yeah, got there, linked up with a crew, and immediately went to our hotel to check in, and we were pleasantly surprised by... Now, Ron was not, because Ron has stayed in this hotel before the last go-around in LA. So this was not anything new to him. But me, I was pleasantly surprised to be in this pretty swanky, adjacent to, the airport hotel in a suite.
Looked awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dope.
I tweeted about it because I guess I was still feeling some kind of way. The dance floor feeling empty. Well, it's cushy over where the fuck I am right now.
The
so
bathroom
fuck
had
your
its own
floor.
hallway.
Yeah, fuck your floor. I'm over here
The bathroom
dancing
had
with
its
the
own
Necro
bathroom
Butcher,
had its
bitch.
own
So,
floor.
so I tweeted the fucking, video out of our nice little accommodations, for Ron and I. Nobody else, just Ron and I.
Fucking awesome.
So that was nice. And then I didn't really get a good night's rest that first night in. Because, everybody was there. The Brits were there, and Ludark was there, and everybody was there. Necro was there, Hillbilly. So we stayed up. We stayed up, and we caroused, and we sat under. Well, just put it this way: MAGA Butcher held court, and it was a nice night.
Nice.
But the next day was showtime.
Holy moly.
So imagine what a fun-fueled night in Los Angeles with the group that I just mentioned to you felt like. And then, going on into the heat of the Derby Room, because that is an outdoor pavilion. There's a tent, but it's an outdoor pavilion, going out into the heat of the Derby Room to do the damn thing. 3 hours straight. From the time we got there, probably were like 5 for all of us we put in. So it was a challenge. It was a challenge. It was a challenge after the first night. But goddamned if after that show wasn't over, we weren't all so exhilarated we did it again. And we were once again, in the room hanging out.
Carousing.
Yes.
That sounds.
And it was a good time.
That sounds like a good time. You say that every time. Well, first of all, is Ron Nemi a snorer? I just want to know.
Ron tends to cut logs in his sleep.
Oh,
He tends
I
to
knew
cut
it!
logs
I could
in his
spot a
sleep.
snorer from a mile away.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Full chainsaw.
I've heard that I myself am quite the I grit my teeth.
Ooh, yeah, the
the
grinding.
the ref.
That's not
the
good for your teeth.
It's not good for my teeth, and I have a nice set of chompers. But the referee Giuseppe De Caro, I stayed at his apartment exactly 1 year ago to this weekend. I was in New York doing an MMA show, and then the next night I had Demonto. So in between that, I needed a place to crash. I didn't want to spend all my money that I made on the MMA thing on a hotel. So Giuseppe let me crash at his place. And Giuseppe said he almost woke me up. He was like, the grinding was so intense, he thought that I was going to shatter my teeth.
Wow.
Yeah. And I got a mouth guard, but I never use it.
Well, that guy drives like a maniac, so who knows?
Do you get headaches? Do you get fucking headaches and shit?
Not really. Not really, no.
Grinding teeth causes headache.
Yeah.
Sean, do you have
but
any...
it was go ahead,
no, I'm sorry. I just want to know from our medical expert if there's any at-home holistic solution to teeth grinding.
Absolutely. There is a formidable liquid called the Guru Nada. It is a mixture of coconut oil.
You mentioned this.
Yes, it helps with TMJ. It also helps prevent gingivitis. It helps with gum disease overall, and it also helps with grinding of the teeth. Now, with the grinding of the teeth, you are wearing away at the enamel. With that being said, it is best to protect the enamel at all costs, because that ultimately is what helps us chomp down on those beautiful steaks that we all love to indulge on.
And juicy hot dogs.
So,
every once in a while.
So, with that being said, the Guru Nada oil, pulling oil, which you can find on Amazon, will help you throughout your, your grinding times.
Sean is sponsored by them, I think. It's like a magic elixir that he keeps mentioning.
It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal.
He's like the Dr. Sebi of the deathmatch world.
It's phenomenal. Yeah, I love Dr. Sebi, bro.
We all do. That's why he's with us no
Sebi.
more. You know, it's Sagittarius, Sean. You know.
I know.
Right?
Yo, and if you don't know in the chat, go look up Dr. Sebi, bro. I'm being honest. Go look him up.
All right.
Nice little read when you're on the toilet and you can't pass that gas and you're trying to wonder why, and you read that book, you're like, oh, I'm not eating that, and I'm supposed to be eating that. But that's a whole nother story for another day.
Thank you. Hey, medical expert.
You don't get all the medical expert stuff just like that. You got to pay for it.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Deathmatch doctor just dropped a dime on y'all.
Yeah, we will put that kind of stuff behind a paywall moving forward, Sean's deathmatch advice, because it's valuable information.
Highly.
So now let's talk about the show that Larry went to and performed at. Looking great in your blue jacket, by the way.
Oh, my God.
Very rare.
Yo, sharp.
Dude, I have to say, this is the
But
first show. I'm sorry. This is the first show in XPW using your old fucking sayings. You said it's about to go down. The next fucking fight. You haven't been saying that in XPW.
Really?
Yes. This is the first night that you started saying those things again.
Brian with the Boulevard Fact.
Very excited.
Larry, get a little bit more comfortable out there, maybe.
I guess. Yeah. I guess I am. I have exercised my old.
Saying like at first, we're saying like bring out the first combatant, but you said let's bring out these guys for the next fucking fight, and it made me hype.
He's home.
Brian jumps on his bed while watching the show. Larry.
I'm at work. I'm jumping on the desk.
He knows that when I talk like that on the microphone, that I'm talking to him, and that's what I'm doing. How many times when you were growing up did you not understand why like McMahon wasn't going, God damn it. Like our dads do that. Our dads like hit their thumb and they're like, motherfucker. So like how many times when you were growing up, when you were watching wrestling, were you like, why isn't Gorilla Monsoon going, oh, that son of a bitch? Like, so I think it has a place when done correctly. Right. And yes, by that point, we're ready for the next fucking fight. We don't give a, come on, bring him out, Larry,
Amazing. Well done. A little insight. This is how I want to cover this. We have Larry, who was boots on the ground, but we have Brian, who was little tootsies in the air jumping on the bed. So Brian, I read your review on Deathmatch Elite. I love that that's so important to you. It was just
you'll get banned from Reddit.
Very, very funny to me that you just posted this thing. It was like spoiler-free review. Match 1 was sick. Match 2, dope. Match 3, awesome. Match 4, loved it. Match 5,
specific
a classic.
Words for the matches, damn it.
So why don't you expound on that very insightful spoiler-free and like And I just love that you had to like
People appreciate
state that it was
spoiler-free.
spoiler-free when really you just reviewed each match by having one word.
Someone made fun of me for saying it. Someone made fun of me and said that like people post spoilers all the time. Like, why do we can't post spoilers now?
No, you're just letting the people know that this is if you want a spoiler-free, you can have it in this post.
Exactly.
Indeed.
But on your phone, you would just see the whole thing right away, so it wouldn't really matter if it was spoiler-free or not because you're just reading the whole post on your screen.
Right.
But hey, that's for our technology segment, which will also be behind a paywall coming soon. Brian, tell us about your experience with the show from an East Coast streaming perspective.
I just want to say I was very pleased with the crowd in L.A.
Pomona.
They were in Pomona.
You are inspiring them from afar, Brian.
Dude, I mean, I don't know, because I think it was also the last time that they're going to be in that place. That's the last
Derby
time.
room.
In the Derby room was the final Derby room show.
Really?
So everyone showed up and showed out.
That's surprising because it's a nice outside setting, especially for like a whole deathmatch scene. Like you want that. You want to be able to be in a space where you can actually like breathe and not just like, breathe in the fumes at times.
Rob Black gets into it why they're not into it why they're leaving that place on his podcast. So you should go listen to that because it's sick.
Nice. Well, change is good sometimes, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's just another venue for me. Like, when I talk about my little drops of legend that I've left all over the California area, I like being like, oh, yeah, I played the hi-hat and did David Arquette versus Nick Gage. I did the fucking little VWF hall over there where VXS ran. I did the fucking Derby room in Pomona. I did this. I did that. I did this. And
Larry,
that's when you can call yourself fucking legend.
Last time you told us something like that they were like inside the Derby room. They were like old vets or something. There's like a VFW bar connected to it or something. Was that the?
I actually took a video. Because I take a lot of videos because I do these little reels. They're not little. They're awesome to me, and they're just like just a clip fest of my view. And I actually took a panoramic view of the interior of the Derby room where all the men were like looking at the screens and placing bets and smoking and just like being men.
Oh, right.
And,
it's an OTB. Right. That's what it was.
That's what it is. Yeah. And it's like, but like all the action is on the inside. The outside is like a patio where I guess you could like go drink on the patio if you wanted to, bet out there if you wanted to or something. But they've also got that big pavilion below the patio area, and that's where we set up shop. So yeah,
it's a nice space.
Video. Yeah,
you should try to figure out how to get them to gamble on the matches and clean up.
I thought about it, Pat, but I figure since wrestling's fixed, they wouldn't go for it.
Yeah, I mean, horse racing's a little fishy, though, too.
It is.
I hate horse racing, dude.
Hey, horse racing is like as old as wrestling. It's one of those like old carny things. It's like one of those black and white type of things,
You go get on the Ferris wheel, and after the Ferris wheel, you make sure that you're at the track for the 8 o'clock race because old Biscuit is going to make sure she rounds third.
Humans racing animals makes me tight, and I hate it.
That's interesting, Pat, that you brought the correlation to those both pieces of Americana that have existed and like never gone away, the racing of horses in pro wrestling, and the fact that XPW was doing that piece of Americana in the shadow of another piece of Americana, like all meshed up. It's poetic in some regard.
It is very poetic and oddly fun to think about. Brian, speaking of things that are oddly fun to think about.
Pat, may I?
Yes, please. Please do.
Brian, as an avid watcher, match of the night, XPW.
Match of the night.
Right to the chase, okay.
It had to be Big fucking Joe versus Judge Joe Dredd, and I knew it was going to be insane, and it fucking was.
Dope.
Dude, when just the ending, dude, when he Big fucking Joe zip ties Judge Joe to the fucking ring post, and it's just obliterating him with tubes over and over.
Yeah, that was wild, bro.
Hey, that kind of relates to our 700 light tube discussion, because a spot like that, it's like, yeah, he does do the zip tie, but then there's like simple beauty in just crushing somebody with light tubes.
100%. Dude, his back was torn. to shreds.
Oh well, that's
Yo,
kinda-
I saw.
Referee cuts him out of the zip tie. He starts chasing after the referee for stopping the match.
nice.
Joe is big fucking.
He's nuts.
He's fucking nuts and angry, and I loved it every moment.
Yo, I
of
saw
that.
at the beginning of that 700 light tubes match, Tremont and Neil just started stomping on tubes to
They
make the
made a
canvas like nothing but glass. Like,
Yeah, that's
First
sick.
5 minutes is them stomping, making a layer of glass, and then smashing tubes over their own heads.
What
Wait
match?
till- I
Which one?
want to talk about this when Shlak comes on, so let's not talk about 700
NDC
light
and
tubes yet.
Tremont.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
okay.
yeah, that's what.
Let's not talk. That's going to be our Shlak discussion.
So your favorite match of the night was Big Joe versus whom?
First Joe. It was
Judge
Big
Joe
fucking
Dredd.
Joe. This Judge Joe Dredd.
Oh, so Larry, give us some insight to that. What were you doing? Were you hovering around taking video?
Brian, correct me if I'm wrong. That was the match to lead into intermission, and then we had Dirty Ron versus Necro, Shlak versus fucking
Lou.
damn it,
I'm
Lou,
Lou Nixon.
and then Alex versus. It was 3 matches to round out the show, and that's why I think that match was so well received. It's like send us to intermission, and Big Joe's smart because he knew everyone was going to buy his merch and want to be around them all bloody like that. Judge Joe Dredd as well. So yeah, it was just perfectly placed. You had the perfect combatants.
Dude,
fighters.
the whole card was perfectly like balanced. Like how it started out with like no death matches, and it was like pure, more like wrestling. It was like very ECW, felt like an ECW old school show.
Yeah.
And how all the
And we
hardcore
built to
shit
that
happened
crescendo.
later.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely like a crescendo, and it felt awesome.
Larry, does Rob come out and shake your hand every show? Do you do the
Absolutely.
evil handshake every show?
Absolutely. And did you notice his wife gave me the old
Friend of the bullies.
Yeah, friend of the bullies. Well, why didn't she shake Larry's hand?
People are saying Dirty Ron was crazy. Hey, Alexander Vasquez, valued member, thank you. Dirty Ron was crazy on the mic. Isn't Dirty Ron like also an actor?
He's a stand-up comedian.
Huh. So how's his stand-up comedy career? Is it like
Shlak-
as
Shlak
poor as his wrestling career?
Dude, he's funny. I think he's very funny. Shlak,
Well, that's what I'm
I've known
saying,
Dirty
like-
Ron for many years, y'all. I've known Dirty Ron when he was like trying to become Dirty Ron. And I met him as Mikey G. That was what I met him as, and he used to kind of be. Whenever ROH would go out to the West Coast, he would be like on the ring crew, but like not really on the ring crew, like more like hanging out in the back. And I'd be like, "Oh, Mikey G's here," and everyone was always so happy to see him. So I don't know if he remembers me. I really don't know if he remembers me, but I remember Mikey G, and that person no longer exists. Now it's just Dirty Ron.
It's just-
and he's
it-
hilarious. He's hilarious.
that was a great match.
What match?
Indeed,
Brian?
it was.
It was
Indeed it was.
Dirty Ron versus the MAGA Butcher, and it was awesome.
49-year-old MAGA Butcher.
MAGA Butcher won
Back
the
from the
match.
dead. Literally
He
back
won-
from the dead.
Beaten back to life by our guest tonight. It's the way I like to put it that way. Because Necro, I did not think I was ever going to see him again.
He's
until
healthy.
DJ put him on
He's like a
well,
corn.
no,
Yeah, he's
that's what I'm talking about.
big, strong boy.
No holds barred.
Healthy boy.
Not back then.
No, he
was
wasn't.
bones.
Yeah,
Frail-
he looked like a
frail
Dark
boy.
Souls boss back then.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Like when you get far into Resident
Food
Evil,
in the
those
store.
things start like going.
Yeah, he was like a
His
second half
hands-
Resident Evil type of looking.
Yeah.
It's like he had like a rib cage with a face in the middle or something. You could just like see his heartbeat.
Well, I'll tell you what I noted. I'll tell you what I noted, and I hadn't seen Necro for a while. But the new tattoo that said "cut here," like or whatever, like I was like, oh, my man's preparing. He's like fucking like
Jesus.
showing the. Yeah,
He's going to the Walt
harrowing.
Disney. He wants the Walt Disney treatment.
Well, guess what?
It's gonna be him.
He's
It's gonna be Ted Williams.
He had a nice little post the other day.
Don't follow
said
that
he's gonna
guy.
be 50, and it was the main thing of the post was he's going up against Alex Colon when they return to the Hart Ballroom next month.
I hope he died.
And it's crazy to see the bounce back that he's had and how impactful he's been to XPW and just to deathmatch wrestling. At the age he's at now, what he's been through, where he's at now, kudos to the Necro.
He posts highly questionable things.
What do you mean?
Like you said that you saw one of his posts.
Yeah. I mean, everybody was so
posted
it up though.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't like before.
Before
I
cologne all day. God,
man, shut up. Who was trying to shout him out, man?
I'm just happy.
Shut
Yeah,
the
and
hell
I'm just
up,
happy. I'm happy in 2023. And it's funny because a very similar thing that happened when Masada was our guest, when I said to him, have you ever fought Cologne one-on? And Masada was like, yeah, we fought each other 3 times. That first Friday night when Necro was holding court up there in his room, I actually said again, have you guys ever like fought one-on? And they both were like, nah, never. And then the next day, Rob unfolded what the plan was, and we both kind of had a chuckle to ourselves like, wow, Larry, you just said that last night. Just asked if we'd ever fought each other one-on, and here we go.
Yo, real quick, though, shout out to the Boricuas, to us Puerto Ricans, doing wrestling up again. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just really back in the day when you would see it, and it was just a gimmick. You had Lo Boricua, you had Sabio and his crew, but it wasn't really taken seriously. Now, you know what I'm saying? It's like Puerto Rico's kind of the birthplace of hardcore if you want to get down to it. You know what I'm saying? There was so many brawls out there when it comes, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's cool to see like Alex Colon as champion. Then like you know what I'm saying? MC'd the Puerto Rican street fight. And I'm like, that's big. You know what I'm saying? Like in Cali, it's predominantly Mexican. And it's like to have a Puerto Rican street fight elsewhere, you know what I'm saying? That's not really on like New York, East Coast soil. That's dope.
Damn, Sean, you're calling me out. I didn't even call it as such.
Nah, you didn't?
I didn't even call it as such.
I was hyped for that because I'm a big fan of this. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it's cool to see the Boricuas like up.
I hope you die. I will now make the Boricua section sign, and everybody in the section will have Boricua.
So what you're trying to say is that you want to get all the Puerto Ricans to sit in one section separate from everybody else? Is that what you're?
The sections are all
segregation.
Are you trying to, Brian? What are you saying?
People in the section.
He just wants everybody represented. Pat, don't you try?
Brian, what are you saying? That's crazy, Brian.
Everybody is. I'm going to make the Jewish section. People might not be Jewish in the Jewish section. That's the Jewish section. They're cheering. You never seen the Cesaro section had a section?
It's just so Brian, real quick, bro. It's just so funny that you deadass walk into this show. You know what I'm saying? You have nothing to do with it. You're not helping write it. You're not helping do anything. And you're like, you know what? This is this section. This section. This is this section. This is what everybody's
all the Jews over here. All the Puerto Ricans.
I'm sorry. I put this when I was putting the signs on the seat. The lady running the show comes up to me and is like, "What is this? What is this?" I was like, "This is all right. It's all right. It has nothing to do with the show. It's just a funny thing." And
you're
she's like,
confusing people, Brian.
Wait. I gotta pick a rating. I gotta pick which side I want to stand with.
Jewish section.
Right. And it's like, well, I'm not Jewish, but this says it right here. It's my seat. Like, I don't know.
Shout out Shannon. Shout out Shannon for being the nicest lady in the world. And not only was she okay with the sign, she thanked me. Everybody was hyped. God damn it. MAGA Butcher loved his MAGA section sign.
Yeah.
He loved it.
And I love, please don't ever print it in any other way. Like, if you ask me to design one, I'm not going to. You have to have them printed the way that you normally
like he used like an old school IBM.
Yeah.
It's
that you can tear off.
With the dots on the side.
Microsoft Word at work, and then I print them out.
Microsoft Word. Yes, dude.
He's like, yo, y'all got a fax machine at the Hart Ballroom? I'm sending it over.
You know, dude, the fact that you just said that how they gave us the behind the scenes of how they're made. I am now on board. Please don't ever change.
Never will.
Don't ever change. What other notable things happened at the XPW show and broadcast, Brian?
Well, I want to ask Brian one thing real quick, Pat. I was there. Did you feel that the girls' matches got lost?
I really enjoyed the Becky Haight Tessa Blanchard match.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
That was fun as fuck.
That was my favorite match.
With the fan, she fucking she poured the beer on the fan after. The whole match I thought was
Brian,
awesome.
that's you.
I loved it.
That's
no,
you.
Okay. I am a different breed. I was heckling Kit the whole entire match, and then he hit me, right?
Right.
This lady threw her drink in the ring and then was just like cheering.
Well, Brian, that lady
She
is
was
an
an
avid
idiot.
watcher of the show, and she heard
didn't
you
know.
say that you were going to
No.
throw your drinks in the ring.
I think
remember?
you saw the video of you throwing the chair in the ring to
Yeah,
Matt
throwing
Justin.
the
Blame me.
chair, throwing the
Don't you
lawn chair.
motherfuckers blame me, goddamn.
Well, Brian,
XPW All right.
Brian, not blaming, but I feel like that an episode ago, Pat asked you if the behavior of the fans throwing things into the ring at their emotions, at what they see as that condonable behavior, as like hitting you, like
You
then
said
the wrestlers
resounding
like
yes, as I
Dude,
remember.
I still think that it's funny that she threw it in the ring. Dude, that whole moment is her pouring the beer on the chick. So it's the behavior of the fan that got the moment. So
But Brian,
I
what
still
happens
condone
when
it.
that?
I
But
condone
Brian,
shit.
what happens when that drink is a rock? What happens when a fan?
Well, then that's different. If you're gonna harm the
Is
fucking
it?
talent, I mean that's up to the show. The show could eject anybody they want to.
All right,
after
now
they
this is
can
my question to you,
on
Brian.
the
Would
show.
you, all right, you with this camping chair?
Mosh-
We all know
Mosh,
the camping
people
chair is
fight.
fold up and is one big stick.
The camping
You
chair.
launched it like a javelin,
Yeah.
like Lamar
This is very
Latrell
dangerous.
in the Revenge of the Nerds, and it
I
almost
love
hit him.
Lamar.
Dude, I
It almost hit
him.
him. What if
I
it would
was
have injured him? Then what? What if he had no eye?
You were
Well,
beside yourself. What if you took out his eye?
Like Jean Pierre Lafitte. Then what? Then where do you stand? Then you're the idiot imbecile who just injured a wrestler,
That's right.
and now SGC's down one person.
You need to have
Well,
beer
who's to
poured
be
on you.
fair, I gingerly tossed the chair.
Gingerly.
If it struck somebody, it wouldn't have injured them. I gingerly tossed it.
Well, you
It
can't
was a
be
gingerly
sure.
toss.
I think this is a
Gingerly.
slippery. This is a slippery slope.
Listen,
This
Brian,
is
I'll
a
say
very
it.
slippery slope, especially for someone like me, an announcer, and out of the closet African American announcer. Depending on different like regions, I might be performing in front of people. Well, it's like I remember one time someone warned me about going to the gathering of the Juggalos because they were like, some girl, maybe it was Tila Tequila, got batteries thrown at her when she went out to like host some shit.
That's scary shit.
Well, that's what I'm saying though.
But
like,
dude, I mean, it's on the show to condone that behavior, and it's like that's just the way shit goes. And if you don't want to deal with it, don't go. And if it's like it starts happening, then dip. And
do you think
some
that
crowds
you're
are just that crazy, dude?
But this is the
Fucking-
thing, though. Do you
I'm
feel?
sorry, but even for real sports, people riot when their team wins, dude. There's like fucking riots in the street with fires.
Well, yeah. If you go,
You know what
if you
I'm
go
saying?
see a soccer game in the UK,
People are shooting
you
guns.
have West Ham going up against the other town that's going over, and they fight in the middle. But
Nothing,
now
no.
this is with you, right? This is professional wrestling. There's so many shows out there. That's different. That's something that's been happening for years. You've said it before. Tomatoes have been thrown at shows for people who don't enjoy the shows and stuff. But when it comes to today's day and age, right? How do you feel with you gaining as much traction as you did, winding up on national websites, being shared all over the internet, right?
I'm
How do you
surprised Cornette
feel
didn't
that
pick it up.
people may be under the assumption that it's okay, right, to act like that? Throw a beer, throw a chair.
I love
Did
this.
you? I'm sorry to say, but did you not watch when Blake Christensen?
Hi. I think we're back.
All
All right. Sorry about that. That's a first time for us. Thank you to all of
Sorry.
those who stuck with you.
Quick fix.
I was adjusting the scene to try to get fucking Shlak involved, And yeah, it's all fucked. Let me see if I could do this. So I figured, why not? I mean, we're all friends here.
Yes.
Yeah, share that we're back, y'all.
All right, let's
let
share.
everybody know.
I'll share on the Deathmatch Elite. What the hell is that? I've never seen that before.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Bouncing around town, dude.
Hey,
What
sorry.
the hell's going on?
And then
It's
look,
just
and
a
then look what
webcam
else happened.
security.
So if I go back to this scene, we're all gone. We're all vanished. So the computer is literally hanging on by a thread at this point.
No technology, only Shlak.
So unfortunately, you're just seeing the behind the scenes of me. So I'm like all overexposed over here. And we have sent the invite to Shlak. Here's the update on Shlak as well.
He's coming.
14 viewers, guys. 14 viewers.
Build it back up, guys.
Come on,
Build it
If
back
you're
up.
just joining,
Bring 'em in.
What's our
Bring 'em
Skype name?
The hate watchers probably all left. They laughed and they left.
they laughed and they left. Double L.
I mean, I'm emotionally crushed by this whole situation. So
Patrick, don't let no one get you down.
Nobody. We don't give a
Sonny
shit.
the baño.
hi everyone, thanks
you know-
for tuning in.
You know that we'll be around.
I'll make a
Well,
post.
you know, I do the green screen for a reason. I don't want anybody to see the picture
Who
that I
gives a
have of
fuck?
Homer Simpson in my unpainted ceiling in the studio here, you know?
Nobody even knew that.
Well, now Shlak's going to judge me. If he ever
Shlak
figures
won't
out what
judge.
his email is.
Judge not,
Who's
lest
Shlak
ye
to
be
judge?
judged.
Brian's
Oh.
takes were
We
so
said the same
bad. they
thing.
shut
We said
down
the
stream.
same thing. I just used that ancient
All right,
shit.
I
said that?
think...
Who said that, goddammit?
Yeah, there's no alerts as well. I know. I'll add that. All right, we're going to a theme music. I have Shlak. We will be right back. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for caring. Sorry about everything. We'll be back in our raw and unfiltered state in just a moment.
Stay tuned.
We did it. We did it.
We did it.
We're back.
I had no
We're here.
doubts. I had no doubts.
And we found Shlak.
I had a few. but
Hey,
I'm
we're
positive.
live right now, so don't say anything much worse than you were already going to say when we were live.
I'll try and keep myself, but It's difficult these days.
It's all right,
Just,
bro.
I just had like a severe IBS like outburst, I guess, and I just beelined to the shitter, and I don't get reception there. So luckily, I just got your call because I just got out of the bathroom.
So you're relieved. You relieved the IBS. It's gone now.
Right.
Nice.
Has that ever happened to you during a match? I've always wondered, like, when you're rolling around with all that blood and shit, have you ever like shat yourself like during a battle?
No, but Jimmy Lloyd actually shit himself twice while I wrestled him.
In the same match?
No, 2 different matches.
Oh, fuck.
I guess either way, that's kind of horrifying.
I mean, Jimmy even looks like someone that would shit himself while he was wrestling, right?
100%. Yeah.
It's a different boy.
Yo, guys, I just would like to thank you for me being on the final show, 420.
Yes,
Yep.
the final
Yeah,
show.
that's exactly what
Final
this is. For the final show.
The go-home show
I'm
in
humbled.
which we will never return, from which we will never return. Barbecue's going to get shut down. It's going to be a horrible disaster. And, hey, so thank you, Shlak, for joining us on our final show. Larry and I were reminiscing about you jumping off of the van at TOD before you even wrestled.
Oh, yeah, I've been stupid for a long time. It just didn't appear out of nowhere, dude.
When did you actually decide in your life to just never look back? Because I'm facing a crossroads, myself. I'm thinking about getting a kill tattoo on my own throat. So I was just wondering, like, when did you decide? When was the moment?
I got this when I was 20 years old.
Early. Boy, dude.
My dad is covered in tattoos and shit. My dad's a biker. And I was kind of like, just don't die. That's like the only real rule I had as a kid. And I got 3 older brothers and shit. But anyway, I would just like, well, Dad's got one, and I got tattooed on my forearm when I was like 15 years old. And that's just before anyone had visible tattoos, even adults. You know what I mean? I was like fucking 15. I got shit on my forearms. And I would use my dad as an excuse. I'm like, yeah, well, Dad's got it, so my mom couldn't say anything. You know what I mean? Because he's my fucking father. But, so she would just, okay, whatever. But, man, I got this tattoo. And I remember I came home. I was staying at my mom's for a little bit because I moved from, like, Camden, Gloucester City area where I'm from to Atlantic City because my mom...
You moved from up Schitt's Creek. Or did you move
Yeah.
to up Schitt's Creek?
He
or
moved
down
to Schitt's Creek.
Right. Now I'm Kensington, so I'm not going up or down. I'm, lateral movement.
Okay, lateral movement.
Yo,
along Schitt's Creek.
those 3 places you just mentioned, Camden, Kensington, and fucking Atlantic City, are like 3 of the most shit places, like terrible places, bro. Like
I was saying actually Schitt's Creek. I wasn't trying to say that just outright. I was just making it a thing about his entrance. But you just came out and said, Larry, that those are the 3 worst places. And
there are videos, like drives around Kensington with like people just like a zombie land.
15-year-old Shlak is on the corner. Terrifying video.
I mean, that's how you get a Shlak. You put someone, an innocent victim like myself.
So you came home and you were staying at your mom's.
So I come home. I was staying at my mom's for a little bit because I just made the transition over and I just started apprenticing to tattoo. Well, I got my throat tattooed and I was trying to hide it from my mom. Like I would go out at night and sell drugs, big money because I'm
Shlak and turtlenecks.
So I would like hide it for like a couple weeks. And my buddy Ray came over to my house and he was just like, "Yo, Miss Shlak, look at Jay's throat. Look at Jay's throat." And I was like,
What a piece of shit.
over here. And as soon as she saw it, she started crying.
Oh, shit.
Oh, man.
Shlak's sad mom. God
I
damn it.
Man,
Now she doesn't give a fuck.
no,
Shlak, that is the exact story that I have about when I got the top of my shoulder tattooed. I have almost the exact same story. I accidentally wore a tank top. So, it's kind of the same story.
Your mother cried? You made your mother cry?
No, she didn't cry. She wasn't happy, though.
It's funny now. Like every periodically, my mom will go on like my Instagram or something, and she'll be like, "Yo, what's with the fucking fire, dude?" She'll be like, calm down. The older you get, you're getting fucking worse. I'm like, God, wait, let me tell you,
Dude, what is it now? 450 days, King of the Deathmatch champion?
444 days.
44.
Ooh, I said 34. I was close.
Champion.
That's fucking legendary, brother.
I've beaten Messiah, Supreme, the Sandman, Axel Rotten. What's up, motherfucker?
Legend.
Hey.
What is the day and the like of a champion of your caliber, Shlak? What do you do in a day?
I do my schedule so fucking nuts. I'm a fucking.
I don't know how the fuck you do it, bro.
I'm a 25-year tattooer. I play in a band, one band, because it's kind of hard to play in a bunch. But that, I fucking wrestle, travel for wrestling. It's hard to juggle on shit.
Those are like the 3 most difficult things to break out in, and you're fucking insane in all goddamn 3.
Thank you, Brian.
And I'm sorry.
Take that, it's cool because I actually make money doing all 3 of them. You know what I mean? I would do those things if I was just, if I was swinging a fucking hammer for a living. I would come home and do that shit as my hobby because I love doing it.
Yeah.
I'm just lucky enough to actually make money doing all 3 of my fucking hobbies.
Word up, man.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a lot of luck, but without a lot of fucking hard work at the same time.
Of
That's
course.
right.
You're an inspirational man, Shlak.
There's a valuable lesson here. It's like if you're kind of teetering on the edge, a full-time artist, get your face tattooed immediately.
You have no
Immediately.
There's no turning back then.
Become Shlak and just decide early, commit, and maybe good things will happen. That's very scary for a lot of people, Shlak.
Did you try to hide the face tat from your mother?
Yeah, he wore a
way past the point.
yeah, he wore a ski mask, and then she thought he was breaking in.
It's me, Mom.
Mom, it's me. I'm hiding my face tattoo. Doe.
On top of that shit, though, all that other stuff keeps me busy and it's difficult. Dude, I go to the gym 6 days a fucking week, dude. That's the hardest. To me, that's my most impressive thing that I do.
Yeah.
It's difficult, man. And I trust me, the last thing I want to do is get the fuck up and go to the gym
It's a fucking lifestyle.
for 2 hours every day. I'm a natural alcoholic. You know what I mean? I want to go get loaded and go to the bar on the corner and fist fight the local idiots.
Right.
Now, right?
Do you lay off beer because of all your working out, or do you just drink as much and work out as much as possible?
I try, but that doesn't really happen.
Meal prep with Shlak coming soon to Blvd Bullies.
I mean, I try and limit myself to how many times a week I get loaded, but I'm pretty good at abstaining the older I get. But once the fucking the cork gets pulled from the bottle, it's fucking over. Next thing you fucking 8 ball, and I'm up for fucking 42
He's
hours.
playing. What he's talking about is playing pool all night long with his friends.
Pool advocate.
Yeah,
Is that
he
when you're
loves-
most creative?
when you're playing pool?
Yeah.
Actually, the most creative is that time in the morning when you wake up and you're almost awake but you're kind of asleep and you're kind of in and out.
Yeah.
I get ideas in that period, and then I wake up. I'm like, oh, that was a good one, and I'll punch it in my phone. That's usually
Dream state.
And he does all this, ladies and gentlemen, while battling a severe case of IBS.
that's my crowning achievement.
That's really 6 days a week going to the gym, 24/7, 365 IBS.
I mean, I make mistakes several times a year, so not as
You don't
impressive.
make mistakes.
We all make mistakes. We're not perfect. Not everybody can be Shlak.
We here on Blvd Bullies are gout advocates. I would love some kind of like Shlak Blvd Bullies golf outing to benefit IBS and gout.
Wow,
a
that
charity
sounds like
golf.
everybody would donate.
That makes me want to ask you another question that I didn't prepare for. Were you like a good athlete? Do you play football or play sports? Wrestle?
I wrestled collegiate wrestling for 4 years. I know you wouldn't be able to tell the way I wrestle in a professional wrestling ring, but
Don't say that.
Trophies and shit. I did that all through high school. I played football for a year, but I'm not really, you know.
You kept taking your helmet off. You hated playing with a helmet, so.
Right. I discovered like we would do like whippets and shit before we would play, and that like I discovered drugs and shit. That was a lot better than football, and then I started playing in bands a lot more and shit. And once you get sucked into the music world, then nothing else really fucking matters.
Right.
You know, gods of rock and roll, dude.
Brian, take over the interview. I'm tired now.
Dude, you're talking about not fucking wrestling well. You literally did like a sunset flip in California over Lou Nixon this weekend. That was the best shit ever.
I mean, I got some shit in my bag, dude. I was trained by Gulak, dude. I just don't let it all out all the time. Because if I do that, then I gotta be like Ninja Mac, and I gotta do 700 fucking flips of that.
Right. I don't think that if you do a sunset flip, people are gonna be clamoring for.
Dude, I've never seen Shlak do a sunset flip. Have you ever seen that? When was the last time you saw Shlak do a sunset
Brian,
flip?
it's because of you. Now you expect it. That's why he doesn't do it. It's
Now-
your
now-
fault.
It's just like Hogan in Japan doing a leapfrog and a drop toe hold to Stan Hansen. It's like, whoa, he can do that shit,
Yep.
like, you know. But that's not for every day. That's for Japan, Daddy. You know.
Ninja Shlak. Or with
Ninja Shlak.
You know, we wanted you to be Brian's champion for this barbecue, and excuse me, we were expecting El Shlacko because it was a barbecue. But then now Ninja Shlak, it might be the future. Ninja Shlak is the future, I think. Drop toe hold.
Leapfrog.
XPW stuff? Did you see it?
What'd you say?
Did you guys see XPW this weekend? I know.
Hell
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. What was the best part of the entire show? The single greatest moment of the entire show?
I don't
Well,
know.
for
Maybe
me, it was what I mentioned earlier before you came on, was Brian's inspiration to all these fans to get involved with the show. And
The
Tessa
woman.
goes and just pours a beer over the lady's head
Brian
and wakes her up.
directly inspiring
That
a
was-
woman
I'm
to
not
throw
the
beer.
inspiration.
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't believe.
Larry, what
Brian.
was your single greatest moment of the show?
Larry knows mine.
Well, don't
I
tell
know-
Slacks. I want to reveal it.
I know which Slacks is. Mine was probably the mayhem of Big Effin' Joe. In particular, when he would start dancing and riding the light tubes. Like I would just see that big fucking guy covered in blood doing zany shit and be like, what is going on right now? So that was it for me. But actually, honestly, moment of the show for me was seeing Darcy's pussy because I wasn't
Oh my
expecting
God,
it.
Larry.
And when she started
You stole
twerking,
my
bro,
You
I
stole
was
my
not
moment,
expecting
dude.
to see it, dude. I was
God
not.
damn
I
it.
was,
All right,
dude. It was
moving
out
on, Brian.
and loud and proud. So that
Larry
was
just
definitely
stole
it.
my moment. It was Darcy.
Okay,
Larry
Brian,
getting
that's enough.
spanked.
Schlack, what was
Larry
the
getting
greatest?
spanked, dude.
Brian,
Yeah,
Schlack, what was the greatest moment of the show for you?
Right after Larry said, "Look at this girl's pussy." But then the best part is when Larry got on all fours. and
Yes.
spanked Larry. No, and his hat
Fell off, dude.
Man, you couldn't have fucking tried that a million times in rehearsal. Never happened.
Dude, it was the
She
best shit.
She popped my top.
She
popped my
the
top.
Up your top.
I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
know what you're talking about. I don't want to hear any
It
more.
was the
And I
best
can
part of the
sense my
show,
life
Patrick.
crumbling,
God
my friends
damn
and
it.
family
Dude.
leaving me.
When she
in
got down to
droves.
twerk, obviously I'm gonna look. I didn't expect to see that whole part of her thong on the side. Like I'm just like, whoa, that's this type of
You
shit.
completely shit on the fan too. The fan that got brought in to get spanked sucked, and then you got spanked, and it was the best ever. You saved the whole moment. You
Well, you
saved
know
the
that-
show, Larry.
I don't think that girl. It was her birthday. That girl.
They
Becca,
lied. They lied.
that girl. It was her
Fake
birthday.
Oh, it was her birthday.
Brian.
I don't think
It
she
was
was
the worst
expected to be part of the show
Well,
like
she wa-
that.
I hate this. I absolutely hate this.
We were fucking watching the monitor, dude. and Hat flew up in the back. We were
Yeah, she gave it to me too. I like
She
that.
did.
That girl was so hot. As soon as she walked in, I was like, "Who the fuck is that?" And then I realized she was the model.
Brian, any more questions for Shlak? Yeah.
Hey, I want to say something. Just having been a part of your career, and correct me if I'm wrong, Shlak. Do you really think that it turned around for you in wrestling when you did the hooks in How? Because I feel like after the hooks in How, when you got hung during that match, that's when like your steam really started getting going, and you kind of were becoming like a household. Well, just a deal to me.
Wait, hold on. Before Shlak answers, my Shlak defining moment is after he almost died from the filing cabinet, and then that year at TOD, he came out with the filing cabinet. To me, that was the Shlak becomes Shlak moment.
That's one of my favorite photos ever, when I actually have the cabinet over my head. You know, what is
No
that?
cops or whatever, right?
Yeah, it says no, fuck cops. But it looks like Atlas when he's carrying the earth behind him and he's like on one foot. I think that's like one of my favorite wrestling clips ever. But yeah, I think Lair, I guess in paradigm shifts, you know what I mean? That's the first one, Lair, I think, where I think in CZW when I had a face-to-face with Masada in the ring, and then the match at TOD with Masada. I think that's the first time people started like, oh, Shlak. And then the hooks. I think the fact that the dude handed me the beer while I was hanging on them fucking hooks. Dude, they let me up there for 30 fucking minutes. The whole goddamn match.
Isn't that supposed to be like euphoric though? Like a euphoric thing when you're being suspended?
Yeah, euphoric my asshole.
It's euphoric when you're like outside at like a beautiful like
Swinging
field,
around.
like swinging with all your friends, like really caring about you, not like trapped in Game Changer world where they like forgot about you.
Yeah,
And are watching the match outside.
Yeah.
Shay.
I'm not a fucking hippie. I'm a drunk asshole. There's a difference. Yeah, dude. No one's looking at me. Not that I give a fuck. Looks with the beer. I'm like, yo, someone better get me the fuck down. But yeah, that, and then I guess that's another defining moment is the fucking to come out with the cabinet. And dude, what's even crazier than that, I think, is the weekend before TOD, I wrestled Marcus with the fucking 2 weeks after the fucking
at Starland, right?
Yeah. The one where Louis was supposed to be doing
and his head was in a garbage can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yo, you know what? That was we did a TOS3 vlog, and that was the opening shot of the vlog was Louis' head in the toilet. In the garbage can, and I forget who it was. It might have been GC. Said like, yo, you can't have it open with Louis' head in the garbage. You have to change this opening. And I was like, look at this picture I got. Look at this shot. But yo, that's a legendary time because yeah, you still had like the bullet wound, for lack of a better term, in your leg, and you were visibly shaken and limping.
I mean, I was fucked, but I was like, I was just starting to break.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't not have this fucking match. No fucking way. I got to do it.
And you came out with the crutches and you threw the crutches. So now I sound like Brian. That was a great moment. Moment.
You fucking love Shlak and all of his shit.
God damn it.
And then Marcus cuts the promo and he's like, I'm calling this guy every day, asking if he's all right, if he wants to go. And he tells me, shut the fuck up.
Dude, and we're wrestling, and Marcus gets light tubes and shoves them in the pant leg where the fucking hole in my leg is, and breaks them.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Like, you motherfucker. We went back. I was like, dude, I love you, and I know you had to do that. Match, I get it, but fuck you, dude.
I love that.
Joker's ass out of my hole.
All this with the throat tattoo from 20 years old, ladies and gentlemen. He's overcome his own decisions for his entire life. And we salute you, Shlak. Tell us what the future holds for you and the XPW Championship and XPW as a company and a new home for the Shlak. You are doing the junkyard as well. Multi-tier question, all the things, please.
Yeah, he just
Laid it on you, dude.
A lot of you. You're bukkake me with questions.
Yeah, sorry for the question, Bukkake.
Junkyard. I don't know. I see that last TOD did good, and you know, how can I not love CZW? I started wrestling there. You know what I mean? The last TOD did good, so I figure that this junkyard show might have some of the same fucking spirit as that. So I was like, all right, I'll do it. Plus, it's in a junkyard. You know, if anyone should wrestle in a fucking junkyard, it's Shlak.
Word up.
Facts.
So I figure out, you know, DJ asked me to help. You know, he never really fucked me over or anything. DJ's always been solid to me with money and everything. He's just, you know, his booking is kind of jerked off, but whatever, you know, is what it is. Should we tell them, Lar?
yeah, let's break it right here.
What's going
Like
on?
what?
Look, bro, I kayfabed all of them. They don't even know.
So we getting breaking news right now?
Now, on the final show, Blvd Bullies 420 show,
Final show, Bon Voyage, everybody.
Shlak is going to be fucking wrestling in the junkyard in Westville, I believe, for CZW, and I'm going to be the only person in that entire show, in that entire venue, with the single greatest ring announcer in the goddamn fucking business.
Nah.
Only announcing my name, and who is that? That's Larry motherfucking Legend.
Wow.
You already know, baby.
CZW Hall of Famer, Larry Legend.
Indeed. You got to bring out the big guns for an event like this junkyard,
Fuck
this
yeah.
ultraviolet. I guess it's a return to the ultraviolet underground, you know? Like,
Wow.
that was an old deal in CZW. So, yeah,
Excuse
I'll
me.
be glad to be
The
out.
original
I'll be
return.
glad to accompany Shlak and ring hell's bells
Oh,
for
man,
him
fuck
in the junkyard.
yeah.
That's
Hell
hard.
yeah.
Done.
That's fucking awesome.
Done.
Larry, you pumped?
Oh, God, yeah. Hell yeah. You know, I'd been looking for some way to weasel my way back into CZW.
Hell
You
yeah.
know, after all this time. They do shows at Harvard and Grace, but I'm so... I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I'm booked so much that a lot of the times I'm tired. I want to go see Rich win the world title, you know, but I'm tired, or I'll go to MCW, which is like my home, you know, fed that I started in even before predating CZW. I'll go see one of their shows and, you know, be in there backstage or do a promo or whatnot, and every once in a while announce for them. But yeah, I've been looking forward to returning to the combat zone, and what better place than the fucking junkyard?
This is huge.
As somebody
big.
who has gone to the Tournament of Death like 8 consecutive years in a row, the junkyard with Shlak and Larry kind of makes me really hyped. It makes me kind of excited. And you know, if they had done TOD in the summer, because I think they do it in like October now.
Yeah,
right?
they do it in the fall.
It's like if this July or August the TOD was coming up, it's just ingrained in me. It's programmed in me. I'm gonna get hyped for the TOD.
You have to be there.
Yeah, so you know, the fact that it's in October kind of throws me off a little bit. But the
Less
junkyard.
hot. It's less hot.
Wait, hold on, Shlak. What were you saying?
I believe it's September this year.
It's in September. Oh,
I believe so.
I don't know. I feel like
Yeah.
I'm going to treat the junkyard now with this breaking news as my TOD.
I mean,
I think you should. I think we should all be there in support of
Yeah, I
our
think
boy.
the entire Bullies crew should be there to,
Damn
you
right.
know?
Yeah.
1 year,
Sounds like a
Pat,
journey.
where you were doing the interviews in the back, me, Cass. I remember we were talking about superhero dildos, I believe.
And as Josh Crane, who was completely wore just like trunks, he was completely covered in blood and being hosed down, right beside us, and howling in agony.
Oh, it hurts. It hurts.
And we're filming a segment about superhero dildos. Yeah. And you know what? I actually went on Amazon, found the photo, cropped it, boom, popped it in the video. Yeah. You know, Shlak, you're an excellent video editor as well.
I try. Dude, I learned all that shit, like Photoshop and just all different programs of editing film and photos and stuff like that. When I was learning how to tattoo when I was younger, I was tattooing this dude, and he was going to school for art school for like video and photo and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, dude, if I tattoo you for free, will you teach me everything you learned in class this week?
Hell yeah.
Fucking
Old school
genius
barter
shit.
service.
Yeah, barter. Yeah, it's better that way.
Old school.
And I got a
Better
whole
that way.
education of that bullshit really early, before anyone really used that kind of shit. And I've been working at it ever since, so that's why I'm kind of good at it now, I guess.
Hell
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Shlak TV on YouTube. Subscribe.
I'm clapping for that.
Shlak
Yeah.
is a man of
Pat's always clapping by himself. I'm clapping with Pat.
I like
'cause
to
I don't want him
clap
to be
here
by
on this
himself.
Yo, I
Yo,
want to
that's
To
see
clap it up.
I want to see
That's my-
Shlak. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Shlak. I'm sorry.
That's my ultimate goal. When I'm done all this shit, I'm going to combine all the fuck. I'm lucky because I know this huge field and cornucopia of fucking psychos that are good with shit. So I'm going to pool all of my fucking resources together, and I'm going to fucking direct a sick ass cult fucking B horror movie.
Yo, dude. I
Because-
swear to God, Shlak, today I was like, yo, I want to be in a fucking movie, man.
Oh, what? What kind of response is that?
I swear to God,
kind
it's
of-
crazy
The
that you
bullies,
say that.
the bullies are so marking out at
You know
your
what?
present Slack.
I
They're
actually
just like
woke up with that
burning
exact
out.
same
Damn
thought
it.
as
That's
well,
so
bro.
dope, though.
Sean.
It's like
I
it's like
thought
when
the same
Chris
thing.
Farley is up there, like that old sketch
Even
with the
better.
Hallmark Guardian. They're like,
Let's
I love that too.
You know what's so
It's
funny?
wild,
I woke
though,
up
I
this
swear to
morning
God. I
thinking
like-
that
I
I want to be in
really wanna
Shlak's
be in a
movie
horror
too.
movie.
I think
For real.
that's what I said this morning. I said, man, you know, if Shlak comes on the show today and directs a movie, I would love to
I
be
wanna
in it.
be in
Yeah,
that movie.
It's cute.
so-
It's cute to
such
me.
a coincidence. Because I
Yeah,
thought
for
that.
real.
But yeah, let's not interrupt. Let's not interrupt. Continue, Schlack. Yeah.
Hey,
I've been playing
God
music
damn it.
fucking 16 years old. I've been all around the world doing that shit. So I can get a sick fucking, not that I can do it myself, but I guess directing is more of delegating responsibility and shit. So I know sick musicians to get that done. I can edit it myself, which I would probably do. But I know, now that I know Rob Black and Tom Byron and shit, they're fucking movie editors. I got like Slava fucking film crew people. I know an unlimited amount of goddamn psychopaths to be in the movie. I know dudes that done fucking like worked in Hollywood and doing special effects in movies and shit. So I have it all at my fingertips. It's just the amount of the time to sit down and really
Time
hammer.
sucks, dude.
And you know what? The thing about it is, all those people that you know, Schlack, I can say this by knowing you, they probably all love you. It'll do anything for you to help you, you know, keep this thing going. Just like us, you know, in the stabbed in the face. You asked me, and I'm like, hell yeah, I want to help out with that, you know?
Who the fuck would I get to open up and be the commentary on that movie besides Larry Legend?
Oh
Come
yeah,
on.
Wow.
hell yeah.
That's fire.
And
Facts,
Sean
man.
can maybe be a
Yo, I swear to God, man, it was wild. I was reorganizing my VHS stuff, and I was like putting my horror with the horror, and I was like, you know what? I really want to be in a fucking horror movie.
I
You know
love
what?
this story.
Sean, you'll be at the
Like, I was
premiere.
sending you guys
You'll be at the
pictures.
premiere.
I'm reorganizing my shit, and it's like, you know what? Now it's time for the VHS stuff. Here comes the horror. I want to be in a
You
goddamn
know,
horror.
oh man, I love that story so much.
It's Seinfeld-esque.
It's
all-
true.
August 17th, the premiere of the Eat the Turnbuckle documentary, Stabbed in the Face.
Fire. Can't wait to see it.
Hosted by Larry Legend. A Q&A after the movie's done at the Underground Arts in Philadelphia.
Hosted by Larry.
That's
I'm doing it. I'm with Schlack. A lot of people don't realize this. My XPW immersion has a lot to do with Schlack, and Schlack has been instrumental in making sure that everybody is fucking on this Larry Legend train because it don't stop and it's the best one to be on. So yeah, I'm with you, bro. Every step of the way. Even you appearing on the Bullies, you know, cast is like, you know,
Of
Masada
course.
was on, I was on. It's a big deal. So
Yeah.
Oh,
thank you.
That's how you make the fucking machine work, dude. You know what I mean?
Facts.
You scratch my back, I scratch yours, brother. You know,
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
work. Keep it in the family, bro. Keep
Instead of like warring and trying to run against people and pull the rug out of under, you know, and like,
No.
oh,
but
you're not
definitely
doing.
to our enemies. Definitely, we will do that.
of crush your enemies.
Right.
Into all our enemies.
Yo, you know what my favorite thing is? I'm just going to keep it going. I don't even give a fuck.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep marking out. I love Shlak versus Nick Gage. They said it couldn't be done. I think
Word.
now that I'm thinking about it, that might be my favorite Shlak because Nick Gage stabs
Stabbed
him
you.
with
Yeah.
a shank.
Yeah.
But then Shlak no sells and he takes his shirt off, 2 phone books taped
Old
to the
school.
kidneys.
Books, dude.
And,
Prison shit.
wow. And then you guys both shit canned the referee, right? There were like 2 referees. You each threw them out, and then other things ensued. Yeah.
That video on YouTube has 2 million views. 2 million fucking views.
Of what?
That-
Where?
Worthy.
That match, man, that's another like paradigm shift too, I think. Dude, that's when Nick was at like his fucking peak right there. When he was not fresh out of the can, but he was going hard. He was still in really good fucking shape.
That's some deep.
And dude, that crowd in AC, I mean, maybe it's because I'm from AC, but that crowd was 50-50 Nick Gage and Shlak chants.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was, there was supposed, let's just say, the belt was kind of supposed to change hands, but someone threw the fucking monkey wrench in there. Speak on that further, eventually, and when we get a real good shoot going, maybe in XPW, shoot videos coming soon.
Yeah, Shlak shoot
yes.
video coming soon.
I got a question. Shlak, what would you say to date has been the quintessential match that you would like show someone that was like, yo, what are you about? Like, what would be a great match for me to kind of be introduced to you? What would you say that would be?
Just be like, are you serious? You're asking me that? You need me to...
Yeah,
Well, if you were a journalist.
No, yeah.
Right. There's a lot of them, man. I really like all the stuff with Marcus because Marcus was my boy, man, and Marcus is one of the few dudes that I've come in contact with. Not saying I'm like, the craziest fucking human that's ever lived, but Marcus was one of the few dudes in wrestling that I've come in contact with that's as dumb per se and as stupid as me and will do absolutely anything to himself for the sake of the goddamn match. I haven't run into that many people that are like that. Marcus was definitely up there. I really like, I guess that Nick Gage one was good. 2 million people seen the fucking video.
That's what made me ask the question, Pat.
Right. Drake, everyone, that got match of the year last year. Everyone likes that Drake match. I really like that the first or the second ICW, me versus Murdoch.
Ooh, that was the drive-in. It was the drive-in.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I like that one where I wrestled Cruel.
That was good too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Chattanooga.
Yeah,
That was dope.
because it was so absurd looking and
Yeah.
Wild shit.
yeah. I don't know. There's that Takeda one in Japan was fun. I like that match I had with Kobayashi like 5 years ago in Japan. I like that one because look, not the guy's a fucking awesome human being. He's like the incarnation of fucking Buddha, dude. I can't help but like have a shit-eating grin on my face. Just looking
It's a sweet boy.
Just looking at the guy makes me like happy. But I feel like see how he's moving around now. I feel like I got like the last bit of Abdullah that could move around. Decent. I feel like he's getting like immobile and shit now.
Yeah, he's getting there.
But whatever. He's a fucking deathmatch god.
Facts.
Indeed. Yep. All right. Yeah, that's a good taste. I gotta say, personally,
All right.
I have a huge attachment to your match with Necro at the first No Holds Barred.
Okay.
Knowing that I thought it was the last time I was going to see the man alive. Just looking at him, the shock of that, and then y'all getting through it, and then him making this full recovery, and now we're in hotels rooms with him. It's like that match, like almost like just makes me emotional thinking about.
How awesome is that for Negro? Dude, the guy was fucking dying, dude.
He looked like he was dead, dude.
How about the fucking balls on Necro? he's like 175 pounds. I mean, his neck was like 3, something like that. I don't know. But he's like 175 pounds in there.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
he was like, we did the bar fight, and dude, I broke his fucking orbital. I felt so goddamn bad. Yeah, guard. I was like, "Oh, you fucker!" So I was down, and I shot on him like, "You ain't fucking done. You're the goddamn necro butcher." And I power bombed him 3 times. I mean, he ain't going out like that.
You beat the life into Necro Butcher, as Larry would say.
That's
Yeah,
what I
legit.
always say to everybody, bro. You gave him those 3 power bombs, and that fucking helped him kick out.
Dude, what did you say, Larry? I kicked his ass to life, or what was it?
Yeah, you beat the life back into him, you know, and you know, then he went into the CZW Hall of Fame, and
Sure.
I was thinking low key that they were thinking that he didn't have that much more time left
Right.
either.
Yeah, that was
so
the-
they were
that
just
was
like,
the kiss of death right there. After the Shlak match to be inducted, I was like, oh no.
yeah, it's like, oh, we're saying our final goodbyes.
Yeah.
Let's do like the whole, you know. And I was like, oh, this doesn't feel right on some level, you know.
When Rob just got me on board for XPW, the comeback, he was like, "Who should we get?" The first person I said was, "We need to get fucking Necro, Dylan. We need to get him. We need to get him because he's a real vet. You know what I mean? Necro's a real vet. He's great for younger dudes to to be around and shit like that. And then the second you became kind of on the market, we'll say, dude, we gotta get Larry. We gotta get Larry.
Dude, that's the thing about XPW, dude. It's like an old school vibe, and it has all the fucking dudes, and it's the fucking place to be.
I mean, we're trying, brother. We're trying. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I hate to do this, but my phone's almost dead.
Yeah, we should everybody say goodbye to Shlak.
We
Shlak.
didn't even get to talk about.
Did we get any questions? Did any of the
We
fans
got
have
no
any questions for
Everyone was
Shlak?
just listening intently.
Everybody was just listening, enjoying the Shlak.
Yeah. I don't mean to wrap us up, but I'm almost dead over here.
What's Shlak's current favorite band that you're listening to?
Shlak's current favorite band. Oh man, come on, dude.
Come on, what you're listening to at the gym when you're lifting the shit?
Heinous Killings from Ohio. Wrapped in barbed wire.
Love it.
They're the best slam band of all time. I don't know, but dude, saying what my favorite band is, come on.
Kurt, just like Kurt, because I know there's bands that you listen, like you go through phases. So it's like you're in a phase, like this Heinous Killings is your phase right now.
Yeah,
Who was Shlak's favorite wrestler to watch growing up?
Before you say that, do you be surprised what I listen to in the gym? I listen to like Ultimate Warrior promos while I'm working out. No,
Wow.
Is that your real voice?
That's awesome. That's actually awesome, honestly.
I listen to like fucking classical like movie themes, like tracks, like and shit, and to like Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Omen. My favorite is the Omen.
That's what gets Shlak hype. I like that.
Yeah,
Answer the question. Is that your real voice?
Oh, this is my real voice.
I knew it. Yes.
I've been kayfabing it my voice is such a piece of shit. I can't even really pitch shift it and disguise it.
Dude, you're an insane vocalist, though.
It's probably why my voice is a piece of shit.
Who was your favorite wrestler to watch growing up?
Favorite wrestler of all time?
Yeah, of all time.
It's fucking Bam Bam Bigelow, Beast from the East.
Favorite Bam Bam match?
I remember seeing Bigelow versus Lawrence Taylor.
Dude, got him fucking shit canned.
I remember seeing Bigelow, on regular television, like Saturday morning. He had tattoos on his head and he was missing teeth. I was like, wow, this guy is fucking shit.
Fuck yeah, bro.
When did you see tattoos on someone's fucking head?
Never.
Before
Never.
Never, yeah.
Never. But dude, besides the fact that he's from fucking Jersey, his nickname is the Beast from the East. That's the illest goddamn nickname I've ever heard in my entire life. And on top of that, he was already done his career. He made his money and shit. And then he saw ECW, was like, dude, I don't need to do this bullshit. I don't need these pennies, but I'm going to do it because ECW is ill as fuck, and I want to help this company out. And that's the mark of a good fucking wrestler.
Facts.
He's giving back. He gave back after he got all his fucking flowers. ECW came around, and he lifted ECW up to be what? One of the fucking greatest.
Yep.
Dude, he was like one of the biggest parts of why I watched it.
Dude, him and
you know,
Spike,
like
dude,
I watched for Bigelow what he was doing in the title picture, whatever, and like how he was wrecking shit. And I thought he was more vicious in ECW than he ever was in WWE. You know,
dude, and you know that I don't know, man. Fucking Bigelow was the goddamn man, dude. He was the fucking man, dude. He was so ill that he wore a fucking baby onesie, and no one said a goddamn thing.
Had flames on it.
He looked hard as shit in a onesie. Who the fuck else?
Yep.
In a onesie?
With flames on it.
Somebody says Gage versus Shlak was the match I show anybody with unfamiliar with deathmatch. Somebody says I gave Shlak a join at Circle 6 and he was nice enough to take a picture with me. Appreciate Shlak. Loganstein, valued member, love you, bro. When will Cowboy Shlak return?
Oh, the one where the giddy up. I don't know. You never know. Hold on, look.
Oh my God.
Wait,
what's happening?
No,
Is he getting
wait
his
a
cowboy
second.
hat?
Wait a goddamn second.
Oh,
Oh my God, there was a door there the whole time. There was another room. Oh my God.
yeah! Giddy up, motherfucker!
Giddy up. Wow, that was the best. Cowboy Shlak.
That was
is the
the
best
coup de grace.
Shlak. Everybody going nuts in the chat.
Clap it up
Hey,
for the human meat grinder. Public animal number 1. There is no God, only Shlak.
wow.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, yeah. Before you go, we're seeing this fuck Clit Osborne. You came out and saved Brian. You saved Brian from Kit, actually.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Here he is.
So, like, did you see that Brian was in peril and you, like, ran back out to stop it, or?
Of course. I'm not gonna let this dedicated fan get hurt by the mean juggernaut.
Pussy. The pussy, call him.
Hey, Brian, please, come on.
Sorry. This is
I
his
like
blood.
not going for monetizing the video, correct?
No, well, I mean, not now. Not now. No.
We talked about IBS.
IBS is a known medical.
Right.
Brian, this is IBS Awareness Month.
Talk
How dare
about
you even
Brian.
suggest?
All right, just keep going. God damn it.
Shlak, my question is, at some point, can we have part 2 of this interview? Because I feel like there's questions we haven't even gotten to yet.
Yeah.
With such little time, there's so much we can ask.
Time has flown.
Absolutely. You just let me know when.
Sounds good, brother.
Friend of the
Sounds
boys.
good.
All right, everybody wave bye to Shlak. Say thank you. Oh, wait, hold on. Shlak, what were you saying?
Huh?
Were you just going to say something? Give us your final thoughts.
He didn't say anything. You just interrupted him.
That's all. No, that's-
We love
Everybody,
you, Shlak. We love
everybody wave
Shlak.
goodbye to Shlak. Say thank
We
you, Shlak.
appreciate
Bye,
everybody.
Shlak.
Thanks for coming
Bye,
on,
Shlak.
man.
Bye.
Thanks for coming on, bro.
Bye. All right, now
Shut
you
the
hang
Shlak.
up.
Shlak's
Boomer,
hanging
Shlak.
up.
Shlak.
Hang up, Shlak.
No
Thank you.
boomers, only Shlak.
Bye,
There you go.
Shlak. Bye.
Yeah, my phone's about to die. So
Larry, we love you.
All right.
I love you
We'll
all
talk
too.
later.
That
Tanner,
was the
you wanna
show,
close
everybody.
it out?
Thank you so much.
Oh, you got to
What
play
about
Tarzan's
the
promo.
super chat?
Oh,
Super
wait,
chat,
hold on.
super
There's
chat.
so
Oh.
much. Larry, okay. The super chat. Let's get to the super chats, Brian. We only have 2. We need a 3rd super chat. Now Shlak's gone. You can't even use it to ask him a question. You big dummies. So, Mike
we had
Richter,
technical difficulties.
John
We had
Richter.
technical
We did
difficulties.
have technical difficulties.
John
and
Ritter.
I apologize to everybody. John Ritter, John Richter.
John
won the 3
Richter.
cards.
John Ritter.
Urka won her choice of the glossiest 8x10 of all time or the ICW cards. And also,
The one person requested the 3 cards. He said if I wanted these 3 cards, this is what he said.
That was
yeah,
John.
no, that's what I'm saying. That was
John,
Jim
first one,
Richter.
13.
John.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
so
then
Urka
Urka-
gets the ICW no holds barred.
And then these cards are just should we give them to someone random? Pick someone in the chat.
Well,
why don't you save them for Friday? I'm pretty sure we're gonna have something figured
Oh
out.
my God,
then.
come on, we gotta go home for Friday, y'all. Friday, come on.
Right,
Hey.
we have
I'm about to-
Tarzan's promo.
all right, we're going to play it and we're going to say goodbye. You know what? Watch this. Let's see if I can screen share it with y'all because I want you all to see it too.
Pat, I think you should also pull up the flyer of the match so people know what's happening.
I don't have the flyer loaded, Sean.
You're asking too
It's
much.
okay, Sean.
That's
It's
something you
okay.
should
Go
have-
off the rails.
That's something
God
you
damn
should
it,
have.
Sean.
Here, I'm gonna...
He's a doctor, Pat.
God damn it, Sean. All right, I'm going to stream share it with you guys. We're going to finish
Let
the
us
show with
Come and knock
the
on our door.
Tarzan promo.
Take a step that is new.
Thank you
You guys
so
haven't
much
even
for
seen it yet.
watching.
You guys have this is the first time you all are seeing
Searching
it.
for hers and his.
You know, Edward, by the way,
companies
despite the
do.
technical difficulties, we are ending at exactly 9 o'clock. I wanted to do a Money in the Bank eating challenge with you guys.
We'll do it Friday.
Well, Pat, I'm dying over here. Play that video and play us
Play
out,
that
brother.
video. Play that video, brother.
All right, here comes the video, brother. Hold on. It's going to switch to Gage, but we're going to have to switch it real quick. All right. Goodbye. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, and by the way, to all our haters, please die slow, low road, all day, every day. Thank you, Shlak. Thank you, Super Chatters. Thank you, members. We'll see you Friday, Blvd Bullies. Here we go. Let me see if I can do this.
So a few weeks back, I'm over at XPW and I'm helping out some ring crew bullshit. And then lo and behold, I see Kit Osborne fucking up a fan in the crowd. So what the hell do I think? I'm thinking this fan must have just put his hands on Kit Osborne because why else would he be fucking hitting this guy with light tubes? Why else would he be throwing punches at this guy's fucking face? So I go over there and I send that goddamn fan flying. I send his ass flying through the goddamn crowd, not once, but twice. And not only that, I was ready to fuck him up and all of his goddamn friends if one of them would have fucking thrown a goddamn swing at me. I was ready to fucking go. But whoa, this fan didn't put his hands on Kit Osborne. Kit Osborne put his hands on the goddamn fan. Kit Osborne proving once again that he's just some little short-tempered little piece of shit who thinks he can do whatever the fuck he wants in the professional wrestling business. Well, I'll tell you what, right now, I am the devil of professional wrestling. I am the Tarzanian devil, Tarzan Duran. You want to go around thinking you can do whatever the fuck you want? You think I'm going to just put my fucking back on the line, ready to get my fucking ass kicked and kick some goddamn ass in the middle of a goddamn crowd over you, Kid Osborne? Well, you know what? Fuck you. I want you on June 30th, no ring deathmatch in a fucking undisclosed location in Brooklyn, bitch. Let's fucking go. You want the fucking devil? You fucking got him. Can you feel me? Oh, bite me.
Oh, so Christ, may you burn in hell forever, forever.
Sean.
Oh, my God. We're back. He thinks he's wrestling a no-ring deathmatch in Brooklyn, y'all.
It'll come together. It'll come together. What a fire fucking promo. Is Kit gonna answer to that?
Yo, that was wild.
Will we get a response from Kit?
We better have a fucking title belt for this guy.
Gracious.
Blvd
my
Bullies
goodness.
belt? Well,
Bro, I want to hear
I
what Kit
told
has
him
to
it was
say in
his
response to
New
that
Jersey.
fire.
I told
Yo,
him
if we
several
had the
times
funk,
through
if we had the
Twitter.
Funk Master Flex, I would be hitting that shit right now.
Where'd you find him?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Brian, did you not tell him it was not a no-ring
times.
deathmatch?
Over at least 3 times, I told him it was a barbecue.
Bro,
in
he's
the
the
backyard in
devil.
New
He's the
Jersey.
devil of professional wrestling. He does and says what he wants to do.
And
That's
he's
what-
he's Brian's champion.
He does the target.
Yeah.
That's how that
Promo's
message
fucking
got
fire.
sent. He projected it with
Yo.
his voice across the.
Promo was fucking fire. Tarzan Man dropped all the right curse words
Yeah, that
during
was-
all the
that
right
was-
parts. You know,
Oh
he
my
started
God.
making that neck work. He started getting into that neck work.
I
He
hate
was
that he,
cutting that shit.
he
Oh
didn't
my-
say Blvd Bullies one time though.
Oh my goodness!
He don't need
gracious.
to.
He doesn't have to. Come on.
He's
our
not,
champ.
he's not
Flowing.
even thinking about
I
you,
didn't
Brian.
even call it a
He's
Puerto
not, he's
Rican
not.
street fight.
He's
Sean
fair.
He's
called me
obviously,
out on that. It doesn't matter. It still was fire.
he's obviously
Fair.
taking the whole situation extremely personally. I don't even think it has anything to do with you. He's probably happy you asked him.
He was upset that he put his back on the line.
Back on
and I
the
didn't
line.
even
Pat, weren't
strike
you
him.
listening?
I
goddammit?
was listening. He put his back on the
Yeah.
line.
He's
Okay.
putting his neck out on the line, thinking that Kit's got a problem. Kit's just out here trying to get himself over.
He's a small-tempered boy. He's gonna get his ass kicked
wow.
by
You know,
Tarzan.
I gotta
man.
admit-
I gotta go.
All right, Larry. Everybody,
All right.
Ladies and gents, stay
thank you,
tuned
Larry.
on Instagram, YouTube,
Yeah,
all
see
that
you
good
Friday.
Friday.
See you Friday.
in the flesh, Larry.
All right, brothers.
Everybody,
Peace
wait for
out.
Larry. Thank you, Larry.
Bye.
Thank you,
We
Larry.
love you, Larry. We come for Larry.
All right, y'all. I mean, I think it was a pretty decent show.
stuff. I think so too.
All
Last
things
show,
considered.
final 420.
The final show, you know.
Can I close? Is that okay?
You know what, Sean? I would love for you to take the wheel.
I'm gonna take a swig of the agua.
I'm gonna pack a bong for you to do
Freshen
this.
up. Freshen up, Sean, please.
It's been a long road, and we're here. It went down over a month ago, and we finally found ourselves in the week of the actual event. This Friday, June 30th, from an undisclosed location, it goes down as the Blvd Bullies present Kit Osborne taking on Tarzan Duran, defending the manlyhood and the deathmatch community leader, Brian Ginsburg.
Representative.
Stay tuned to all social media involving the Blvd Bullies, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and even Twitter, because it's going to go down. And when it goes down, you're going to want to know where and when to watch it. Also, stay tuned to Pat, who has exclusive access to the new AEW game, which we'll be sharing with you guys possibly later this evening.
I'm
Who
so
knows?
excited. I'm so excited
Who
about
knows?
video games. Yes, thank you, Sean.
But it all goes down this Friday. Follow Blvd Bullies. Ringside Sean out, baby. I don't even know what else to say. We made it.
God bless. God bless.
We made it.
Close the show.
Thank you, Shlak. Thank you, Larry. Thank you to all our loyal members, all our loyal subscribers, everyone who tuned in. Thank you for dealing with our technical difficulties. I want to thank you, Bad Take Bri. I want to thank you, Ringside Sean. And the people who I absolutely do not want to thank is all our enemies. Please do us all a favor and die slow. Because I might not have outro music growing in the background right now as we might normally have. But I assure you, something. Out of time. Bye-bye.
Oh, so Christ, will you burn in hell forever?
Boulevard.